Oh, wow. You have no idea. Like, John called me during that role, the intro role, and I was able to talk to him and then join the stream. So,
Interesting. Wow, that's crazy.
Dark, I hope you're messing with me because I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Who
Can you
hears
hear me
me?
now?
Who hears Dark? But
What
actually,
about
let
now?
me go out and come
What
back.
about now? What about now? What about now? Okay, what about now? I think. Oh, whoopsie daisies. Can you guys hear me? I think it's me. I think it's
No, I think it was me because Crumpy called while the intro was rolling.
well. Funny thing is while the intro was rolling, I don't think my audio was hooked up correctly because I was in the background going.
Oh yeah, no, it mutes during the pre-roll.
Yeah,
I've been doing
I
that for years. I've
I
been like,
unmuted it. I unmuted it and put myself in the live stream. Literally, I did. If you
yeah,
guys heard that, let me
did
know.
they hear that? All right.
Okay, they say I hear both you guys. Word.
Yeah,
Yo,
but I've thought I've done that. I don't think it allows you to do anything during a roll. Hold on, let's do it right now. Let's
okay.
see. Brand band from. I'm talking. I'm definitely talking. And I just want to know if anybody hears me talking. Does anybody hear me talking?
Yeah, that's what I did the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think anybody hears that.
No, I heard you, and I heard everything.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody else hears it.
They hear
Uh,
it.
no, all right. Let us know if you heard us, humming along in the background.
I heard you 100% of the time.
Yeah,
There's
I heard you also, but I don't think it goes out.
it's got to go out. It's got to go
No,
out.
I don't think it does.
How can
Kurt said he
we
heard Dark.
how can we hear us but them not hear us? It doesn't
Ah.
stop messing around. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Well,
All right,
I
go ahead,
just want
Wolf.
to know, let everybody know the eclipse happened, the world ended, we're all screwed. So if you're still here, you're the ones that haven't been raptured.
But don't worry, because I heard the world is also ending tomorrow.
Oh wow, well, I don't want to say use his name, but
Thank goodness.
mhm.
Thank goodness. Um yeah, man, crazy day, crazy day. I look if Apocol-Eclipse just saw that. That's funny. Look, it's crazy times right now, and I usually don't jump into quoting BV Luminous in the first few minutes of a show. However, I'll say this: BV Luminous said, I basically was saying something along the lines of, we can't end the world, right? But we can destroy ourselves. And he said something very similar. I forget the exact way that he
We
said it.
can't destroy the world, but we can destroy mankind.
Correct, and that's exactly how I feel. And honestly, I feel like we're headed in that direction either way. We don't need the help of Bo Jiden, the sitting vice president, and all the other crazy things that we've been experiencing. From honestly, I'm more concerned with what's going on geopolitically across the with our country and the world rather
Mhm.
than the moon and the sun aligning for a short period of time.
So, of all the things I was gonna like drill out gas ports, get ghost gunning, lowers, and all, guess what I've done? Guess what I've done?
Uh, Drilled a hole in a box this big.
Yes.
So
Yes, I
what if
created
you
the
achieve
Flying Rich Solar Observatory. I mean, the FRAS, Flying Rich Autonomous Zone Solar Observatory.
Frazzo? You're such a Frazzo.
Mhm.
Hey, happy Monday, Christy. Let's you should we say hello to everyone first? Is that
Sure, let's do it dark style.
But you don't have to do it like like I do it. You could just do it like you do it.
Let's see. See.
Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker. We're speaking to
all right.
freedom-loving
We're just gonna
patriots from
skip the
all
whole
around the
entire thing because we're running really late because I was having computer issues. You already met Dark and Rich. I had to restart the show because I wasn't recording, and I wasn't recording now. So because I wasn't recording now, let's go ahead and do this. Just kidding. What? Is that
I swear that people are so sick of seeing that intro. Oh, that's great.
All right, hold on. Oh, I got record. So guess what?
No, please don't. Not again.
Just kidding. All right. No idea what the hell's going on here, but whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. If
So
you don't know
do
who
you
I
quick
am, my
step
name
your
is Junk
equipment
Hump
out?
and whatever. So, guys, I got a question for you.
Sure. For us or for them?
For Rich.
Uh-oh.
I'm using a CSI bridge to bridge my HDMI over to my Raspberry
Pi to run as a KVM
running
for
out of
other
KVM.
devices.
Yeah.
But whenever I plug in the HDMI cable to the CSI bridge, the network connection drops.
Connection drops. Yeah.
Whoa, that's weird.
I've been Googling it for like
So the
3
network
hours.
connection from the Pi to your network, or the network connection from the Pi to the device that you're KVMing?
How
No,
sloppy-
the network connection to the Pi to the network.
That's
Is the
really.
connection to
Oh,
your
is that on the same
screen?
bus? Is that on the same PCI bus?
It may be the
So
PC.
I would
That's what I'm
run an
thinking.
LSPCI to look at what bus that's connecting to.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fuck this.
Dark had an interesting conversation with us.
Or just get something like this. This is
like the fifth conversation today where all I hear is acronyms and crazy stuff that I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I think it might be a bus issue, but apparently no one else has that same issue.
But the KPS
wait.
bus and the
What
Pi,
power supply do you have?
It is the power supply is just a
Do you have
Hamster
like a
USB
4
3.
amp power supply?
it's
What's
probably
that?
a hamster wheel. Do you have a 4 amp power supply?
It's a 5 amp.
5 amp.
5 amp. Okay, and just like, do you have a browser, a monitor hooked up that you can look and see, like, because it'll give you a little lightning bolt in the corner if it goes low on power.
Well, if I was a plebe and running GUI,
I think it's connected
But
to the
even if you run terminal, I run everything headless. But I mean, sometimes I'll plug in just to see a terminal output.
short bus.
yeah, I mean, I was just going. I haven't hooked it up. I got to move it because right now it's where it is at. It's like it's not connected to a monitor. So monitor is where I have it at.
Barton Fink. I got a joke specifically for Barton Fink.
Uh-oh. Put your dad joke earmuffs on.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
I forgot the joke. It's a joke about protocols.
If it UDP and I don't know if you got it. Whatever.
Yeah. It's an EDP. That isn't right.
UDP.
UDP. It's a UDP joke, but you might not get it.
Yeah. you said that joke a lot.
That's right, because it's an unreliable method of communication between web
It's not
developers.
that it's unreliable. It won't resend
It's
packets.
not UDP is unidirectional.
I didn't actually want to know the joke. I was just
it's just a direct broadcast
Yeah,
where
unidirectional.
TCP will
TCP.
rebroadcast drop packets.
well, while you guys do
Bidirectional.
that, I'm gonna do this. Okay.
All right, let's just go. It's a PCI short bus. You want a PCI Express short bus to be a...
Oh wow,
Ooh, solar eclipse affected John's brain chip.
dude! I put it up like 7 minutes.
No, I just can't see because I was trying to look at it, and for some reason, none of my eyesight's all screwed up.
Is it the cheapy glasses you were selling?
No,
My
they're
eyesight-
legit glasses, man.
My eyesight, literally since yesterday, I started like seeing these weird like spots to where when I was in church yesterday, I was someone came up on stage and started talking. I was like, I can't like focus on their like their eyes.
It was their
You get
aura.
migraines.
I mean, I kind of like always have headaches because of the medications that I'm on. I just kind of like eat pills all day.
Hold on.
Holy moly!
It's a spam.
Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
how are you?
The video was great. You played it really well. Your stuff appears really interesting. But I noticed that you don't have many viewers and subscribers.
Wah, wah,
I'm
wah.
grateful for your efforts to.
Kindly add me. That means they're from India.
If you'll kindly add me to your. Yeah, sorry, I'll stop. That's highly.
India. They use kindly a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here is my Discord, Scotty. Yeah.
I thought your name was Emily.
Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty. That's like when people.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty does not know clearly. It's so funny because people try to place these orders and they don't realize that I get an email every time they. So on DLD hardware, if they go to place an order and it doesn't go through, I get emails for every attempt. So it's like suspicious transaction. So it'll send like 12 emails. That was the viewer that got rich to 14.5 thousand subs.
No,
Yes,
did I
it
get to
was.
like 20?
Yes.
It's like 19,000. Yes.
And then the next day it was like 8.5.
Oh no, I think it went down to like 3,000.
Yeah. You got attacked. You know what? You know why they do that, right? I looked into that, right?
Or what is it?
They do it to showcase that they can do it. So they
What?
can
No,
say,
that's not that. No, that's not the reason.
they do it to sell their services.
What they're selling services, but that's not the reason why they do that. So when someone places an order for bots or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I researched it up having the rich. What they do is they flood a bunch of different accounts to hide who bought it.
Ah, interesting.
That's messed up.
So you can't take a direct action against the person that bought the subs.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
But
Wow.
literally, they must have like fine-tooth comb searched my account because like a month before that, I think I had 6,000 subs, and I was down to less subs than a month before that happened. And I'm guessing they pulled other bad accounts.
I think it was Google scrubbing, and they scrubbed all the bots, and then
it may not just be me. It might have been they saw other suspicious accounts.
Yeah.
Hey, they probably figured out, and everyone lost it.
Vanessa Kitty, shout out to you. Good to see you. Vanessa Kitty, what kind of shoulder rig do you use to carry your 44? I think it was a model 29 or 629. I think it was a model 29, but either way, let me know what kind of shoulder rig you use to carry your model 29 or whatever Smith 44. My apologies.
Have I played Metal Gear Solid game? I'm Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, all those guys. Yeah, of course I played Metal Gear Solid.
Hey, I'm just dropping a mailing list in the chat. So if you guys want to sign up, I'm going to be posting deals, contests, and news in an email. I haven't started an email
Is that why you called me this morning and said, where do you get your contact list from?
Well, no, I was wondering how you did it because, my hosting company has like a one-button deploy. Almost. You got to change the file permissions. I guess nobody does Linux there anymore.
Well, no, I have it on my WordPress. So when you sign up on the WordPress, it automatically imports it into Constant Contacts.
Yeah, so I'm just hosting all the ish myself because I'm cheap.
Hold on, is Vanessa Kitty saying that? Are you saying you sold your shoulder rig today? That's crazy because I actually, so the reason I asked, not to get all fed on you, the reason I asked was because I was going through stuff and I came across a bunch of things in my one of my ammo depots, and um, I found something, and I was just gonna sell it. I mean, I need the money, but I found something, and I was just gonna sell it. I mentioned this before, um, but I actually grabbed it. Hang on, I'll show you.
While he's doing that, another tech thing, really quick. I bought this from Walgreens.
Oh, not a good idea.
It's
Yeah.
fake.
Do you have what version Raspberry Pi do you have?
No, this is just a 32 thing. I bought it for. I mean, I have other ones, but I wanted a small one, running the the Pi KVM.
Yeah, I've
But
been
I didn't want to use
actually.
128.
I had one of these fail recently. I get these on Amazon, like a 5-pack.
Yeah, but dude, this is not even. It says 32 gigs, right?
Oh no, it's not.
And no, they changed the. It can report being that, but when you actually look at it, it was like it's actually 32 megs.
Oh no way!
Yeah, but they changed the header to read gigs. But if you actually look at the
And you
disk
bought
itself,
it, and
yeah,
it's
Walgreens.
Walgreens. So Walgreens has counterfeit micro SD cards.
I guess, yeah.
And I'm sure you're paying a premium because I know the Walgreens is definitely not as cheap as a Walmart when you're buying this stuff.
No, I just wanted I was there and just wanted a small card.
Right.
I bought a 32 gig first. It was $24, but
So it's 32 meg, not even 1 gig.
not even
I mean,
1
that's
gig.
like 1980s.
And I looked at it. I was like, why is this? It says there's space, but when I was trying to do it, I was like, oh, there's not enough space. So, I fired up my disk utility, looked into it. It's like, it's marked gigs. And I actually did a deeper dive into it. And I don't know if you know, but you can actually change what a drive says.
Yeah, yes.
So and there's no way that accidentally happens. You actually have to go in and set
that's a wish.com scam or whatever, or Timu.
Yeah, because you actually have to go in there and set it to something else. So I'm going to call like corporate Walgreens to be like, what the hell? It's not a defective card. It's just
John Crump, investigative reporter, calling corporate Walgreens.
Please hold.
Yeah, so it's just weird.
Please hold. We'll get your nearest ATF agent that can speak with you.
I mean, I've had that happen with Wish.com cards and stuff like that, but not.
Oh, yeah, stuff like so. First off, Raspberry Pi is pretty hard on the cards. The older ones more so. The newer ones not as much. But yeah, I would only be using like SanDisk. I'm just looking on my desk here. I've got SanDisk stuff. Definitely on the drone. You got to use high speed.
Rich, your audio is cut. It's continuously
I usually only use SanDisk. But now his audio cut all the way.
Oh, right. I don't have any audio now?
Now you do.
Now you do. But
I do?
It's seeming like it's a spotty Bluetooth connection. It keeps cutting out. Or
yeah, no, a call came in and I couldn't take. I'm actually on my phone because the phone that I normally use would not, even after a boot, would not work.
Rich, you look like you're in a kung fu movie.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Vanessa Kitty,
let me know if Vanessa Kitty. Let me know if it's set up like the Galco. Another summer comfort Miami Classic. This is a double Fodifo 6-shot carrier.
I am kung fu fighting.
The cool thing about this is that it will
my fists are fast as lightning.
The cool thing about this is that it will hold traditional, like the plastic what is it, KES, AKS, whatever they are, but it will also hold the Safariland as well. But the straps may not be thin enough there too. So.
Man, the camera resolution on the jitterbug is amazing.
Honestly, if that is the jitterbug, I'm impressed. I know Rich has a couple, even though Rich is older than Methuselah.
So let's talk about a little bit of prepping.
which is a little bit frightening.
I
let's move
built
on.
something today.
What'd you build?
What did I build? A Meshtastic device was up. I went ahead and put a screen on there and everything else. Made it a little BlackBerry
That's
looking
right.
thing,
We were chatting about that earlier.
keyboard and everything. So there are a lot of people who run Meshtastics, but they run it so you have to have a phone.
Mm-hmm.
But the one I built was actually put a keyboard on there, screen, everything. So it's all encompassing unit. So I don't even need a phone.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know Rich has put a couple together. I believe they're standalone devices.
No, Rich is all tied to his cell phone.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, his repeater and his nodes are standalone, but the actual Meshtastic client is tied to a cell phone.
Kung Fu fighting.
Yeah, it just keeps cutting out.
Yeah, well, this show is going down the drain fast.
I found Hank's channel because
Yeah, Hank always have Sam. Hank's good friends with Sam.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that particular shoulder holster, but
Yeah, it's probably high end.
yeah, I just
Sam Andrews does really good work.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty
not
good.
like it's not like it's not a like a Galco or I'm not saying that Galcos are bad, but it's just another level.
Just different.
Yeah, just
No.
all custom.
No, that's cool. I like that. I like the smaller companies doing like more custom leather and stuff like that. I always wanted to get a custom shoulder rig that I could use with like a Kydex, like that I could strap in a Kydex rig to. But I would need to find a company to do a like a Kydex holster that has like the two straps on it where it wouldn't compromise the Kydex because they could break or snap in there. But either way, another conversation for another time. Yeah, I love that idea. I know you and I, mess around with. Here's a HKS speed loader right in front of me, literally. The Safariland ones are dope though. But anyway, I know you and I will hop on, our Bay of Fangs, and we'll.
I don't have a Bay of Fang.
Well, I mean, all right, I'll hop on my Bay of Fangs, and we'll hop on ham radio, of course, only as fully licensed ham enthusiasts, and we'll chat with each other just to do kind of checks every now and then.
Yeah, we were doing it today.
Yeah, we did. We absolutely did.
You got to have backup communications plans.
Absolutely.
But we have ham radios. I got a base station that runs on boat batteries too, with the J pole. That's all built in. I have my ham license. Yeah, we both do. And then I also have. Don't give yours out because then they can
do a search on me and find out. I know. I learned that. I almost gave out my whatchamacallit, but I was like, hold on, can't they do a search on it? And I'm glad I didn't, because it literally gives like all information out.
Yeah, but in a prepping situation, SHF situation, you gotta have different. Really,
it keeps kicking him out. It keeps kicking Rich out.
No, I think something's gone on with his computer.
Yeah. I mean, whatever device he's using is kicking him out.
Yeah, but you got to have backup communications, and one of the things I use is a ham radio, and we do test them out.
Yeah,
regularly, and I have multiple ones. I got the big one that's they got the J pole, it can run up in a tree or wherever, and that's really powerful. But I also have a couple different handheld units just in case I have a family, so everyone has their own radio. Then I got a couple extra.
Yep. Dude, I usually have a minimum of 4 fully charged, tested, operable ham radios at my house, and of course there are others elsewhere, put other places, I think it's important because it's never just about you, right? If preparation, aka survival, was only about you, then we're doing it wrong. It's whatever your beliefs are, right? Like our purpose is to be here and be fruitful and all that. So
Well,
whatever the situation may be, it's important to have comms, and comms are only important when you're communicating with other people.
yeah. Well, another thing is that you should always have a backup. Recently, I had a Baofeng that went bad.
I did too, actually. I from the box pulled one out and it was fried.
Well, I mean, I could receive, I just couldn't transmit.
Oh, that's right. Mine actually would not work at all.
Oh, that's a little bit different.
I will say though, I am 24 hours in to being a watch owner, and I hope, and I've been totally not for the whole smartwatch stuff for a very long time. But I finally was like, you know what? Let's look at the actual benefits of it, and let's see, like, if we still had power, Wi-Fi, satellites in the air, what would be the benefits to this? And would the benefits be enough to use, dude? Even just alone, the compass for if everything fell to ish, and I will get night vision. Slow down, guys. Let me rebuild my business first, okay? But I will get night vision. I'm probably going to get one of the PVS 14s built on a 31 alpha tubes. Very, very high quality. They are aviation grade. There, I could share the specs with you guys. The spec sheet. They're fire.
Yeah, yeah. We communicate with ham radios, and recently I added Meshtastic, which
Mhm.
is like a text messaging device, but it uses repeaters and it's very little energy, very little power.
Yeah.
And these repeaters that you can use to hit everyone else, they can run off solar. So you can, and they're cheap. You can build one for like $20 and just put it somewhere.
Yeah, there are dudes that are literally building them, and they're just like throwing them up in locations, solar charged units on locations, like on roofs of commercial buildings, and putting them in inconspicuous places high up. They're actually drone dropping them so you can use them as repeaters.
Yeah, and which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Sport Brand is and Morningstar built like a whole like expanded closed network that I don't know all of what they're doing. They could talk way more about it than I can, but they're doing some cool stuff with mesh.
Yeah, so that is really cool. So you have another communication device. I'm gonna build several. I'm gonna build some repeaters just to have around. So
Which
if everything goes to hell, I can have my repeaters. I can throw them all around the town and wherever. You know, have
yeah,
my family. They all run off solar.
I've not gotten into mesh yet, but I know like all the things I'm watching uh the stuff that mesh is capable of is pretty dope, and I definitely want to start getting into it.
Yeah, I just like that the low powered.
Yeah, yeah, super super low power. And they run off of like nothing, and they'll run forever. And you can they got those little solar powered units that, I mean, literally dudes are just like throwing, taking out on a drone, dropping it off at a well elevated area and using them as repeaters. That's just cool as shit to me.
I have built a radio.
I've not built a radio myself. I'm a poor boof wang owner. I'm running 100% boof wangs.
Yeah. So communications is something that a lot of people look over or look by. Miss the boat on when it comes to prepping and
Mhm.
preparing.
Yeah, Agorizer says DLD After Dark, you're probably vaping a mesh coil. You know what? Probably. I would not be surprised. Welcome back, Rich.
Yeah, the power just went out
No
for a moment.
way.
That's
Yeah,
why I have
I
it in there.
seriously, I couldn't get on here. I was loading Brave browser and all that bit. They wanted my password for StreamYard, which nobody seems to know. Speaking of passwords, Crump, you didn't send me the right password.
Rich, do you have another ear set? I don't know if the mic is toggling or what, but it's chopping you up the whole time.
Really?
Or a
Did I send you
wired
my
one, maybe?
password?
For the contest stuff, that wasn't the right one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Look up the Monarch rig and look up the Infray Jerry 31. I've heard of the Jerry, but I'll do some more looking into it.
Dude, I just logged in with the password I sent you.
He's gone already.
All right.
So you're talking about things that are traditionally overlooked when it comes to prepping. You know,
Yeah,
when
communications is one.
oh, dude, the two things that most people, even when you look at preppers that are looked at in the community as like the go-to people, the go-to channels, there are people out there that have been considered the go-to channels on YouTube and other platforms for prepping, preparedness, whatever. And I've never, literally never heard them talk about medical and comms. And medical is quite possibly the, one of the most important things. And two, comms, if you can't communicate outside of shouting distance, you are in trouble. Yeah, and Rich, we were just talking about mesh.
Yeah.
So
Weird.
I'm kind of lucky because there's a dude in my hood putting solar-powered Meshtastic nodes up everywhere.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, so tell us about that. What's he doing?
So he has. I'm trying. I don't want to like give the guy away, but he's strategically placed solar-powered nodes with a drone, and in high places, all up and down 95.
I don't know if Rich is going to be able to do the show today.
I don't know if he is. You know, we're 33 minutes in, and this is the longest he's been connected, and he's already dropped.
Yeah. Someone
That's
take a
crazy.
screenshot and do something funny with it.
Yeah. Like superimpose a hand of him holding something up like turkesterone. Dude, this is crazy. This is actually probably more entertaining than our show.
He looks like a Jackson. You just look like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah. That was crazy. Zanti said, already did.
Where's man
Okay.
against the masses when you need him?
I know, he's probably out there. So, okay, so not only obviously the medical and comms are super important, but what are some other things you think people typically forget when they're,
ATAC.
ATAC? I think most people, one, don't have any idea what ATAC is, but secondly, wouldn't know how to configure anything to actually use it effectively. Honestly, I like to.
Why don't you tell what everyone ATAC is?
So ATAC, it's an encrypted methodology of. You could actually do ATAC over Meshtastic, and it's an app you could run on your phone, and you can over an encrypted comm. You can report your location and your other team members' locations along with potential other locations that you might want people to focus on or stay away from.
You can even use it in conjunction with night vision and thermal and all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's another thing that people don't.
And there
look
are
into.
other systems too. Bubbles, is that you? Yes, I am Bubbles. If you guys saw that show, I am Bubbles.
Yeah. So there's this gets, and you know what? I haven't done this like you and Dark. I don't know if you've done this, but we often talk about like, hey, you and 6 neighbors should get together. You should have comms and train and all that.
Yep.
Eclipses don't call solar flares.
Eclipse flares. I think
All
that's
right.
the joke.
So my friend,
I know he's making a joke, but some people actually are saying stuff like that.
I can't see you, but y'all sound good. I was staring at the sun for 3 hours.
does anybody here know who Mark Spencer is?
No.
So Mark Spencer invented actually some of the protocols for like Pigeon, and he invented
Pigeon is a messaging software for like Linux.
and he invented Asterisk. And
Yes.
Mark has an Eclipse jet. In the last eclipse, he flew his jet to watch the eclipse. This year, he flew his eclipse. He messaged me where it was. I forgot where, but he didn't watch the eclipse from the jet, but he flew to a place to watch the eclipse
Wow.
in his Eclipse jet.
Is his Eclipse jet, does he only use that jet for eclipses?
No.
Okay. All right. That'd be
That'd be
excessive.
kind of cool.
Yeah. It's funny what I think is excessive. Crumb thinks is kind of cool.
Mark Spencer, did he do game too?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Rich got a free Gooberment Lifeline self. Somebody said, wow, the jitterbug video quality is outstanding. So some of the things that I like to focus on personally when it comes to preparation are the things that we typically forget. Like if we were to find ourselves living in a world without rule of law and things become difficult, like I don't know, finding food, water, things like that.
No, wait, hold on. A game is Pigeon.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think Mark Spencer's in Wikipedia.
I will say,
I think game was like the original name of Pigeon.
pigeons are gamey. I will say that. If you guys have ever tried to eat a pigeon, they're kind of gamey.
Computer engineer. Yep.
ASIC is best meme language. I wouldn't know. I know nothing about that.
ASIC is application specific integrated circuit.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clearing that up.
So like an NPU or a GPU or...
That makes sense.
ICQ.
If Rich talks about someone who created ICQ,
Is ICQ still around?
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what all the acronyms are that you just said.
ICQ, I guess it's still around.
Gutter chickens. Yes, pigeons are gutter chickens. That is correct.
ICQ was a messaging. It was like one of the first instant messaging softwares.
Well, that was that was a little bit better than IRC, right?
Yeah, IRC. Yep, IRC, Internet Relay Chat, and you would have to get a program to actually connect. Like MIRC was the big one.
Oh, okay, right.
I used to freaking find targets on IRC.
Targets?
Yeah, my friend Alan.
Like hard targets, like Steven Seagal?
My friend Alan and I, his name was Mojo Hi-Fi. Him and I, and we had this, one of our other friends was a female. So she would go in IRC, or we would go in IRC and just pretend to be female. And we'd be like, a 13-year-old female looking to chat. And whoever wrote us was a freaking pedophile. So we would go ahead and break into their system because on IRC, your IP is in clear text, so everyone can see your IP.
Yikes.
So we would be able to target them and F their systems up just for trying to talk to underage girls.
Well, I think we all pretty much have taken the same stance on, those cheese pizza or chicken noodle soup individuals.
Yeah.
Oh, it was wild back when cable modems came out that SMB you could connect to like other people's hard drives.
Oh, dude, cable modems. When cable modems first came out, we're getting a little tech talk, but everyone in a neighborhood was part of the same network.
Mm-hmm.
So you could actually connect to people's hard drives. You can do all sorts of things.
Give me 1 second. I need to check to see what a cable modem is. We'll be right back.
So I was at a hotel and I was working right at the hotel, and this guy next to me was up all, being very, very loud. He had kids. They were running up and down the hallway, banging on doors at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And it looked, so I was like, I was getting kind of frustrated. So the hotel, everyone was on Wi-Fi, and he wasn't using a VPN or anything. So I was able to access the computer because he had his whole entire C drive shared.
No.
And
Well,
then I
you
found
can
out,
also message over SMB. Not too many people know about that.
yeah.
So the messages on a Windows machine would pop up on the screen.
Yeah, I know. I sent one that said, "What's up" to everyone in the neighborhood. But the thing is, so I found out he was doing a work presentation the next day. And so he had a video in his presentation. I removed the video and downloaded some interesting files and replaced the video just because he pissed me off so much.
Ouch.
Dude, did Rudy
Ouch.
Finney just send me a cash app?
Is Rudy Finney in the chat?
I don't know.
I don't think he's in this chat.
I just got an alert.
56K.
I'm not sure. Sabar, allegedly, what's up? Allegedly Eclipse. So a few things I think it's important to hit on. Allegedly. Man, I need a soundboard. That, like, those are so important. I mean, just to be able to put in like sounds. Exactly. That shows you how important. Also, putting in like names of who's on the show, like things like that are important. No, but all jokes aside, so a funny thing is that we typically forget, not funny, but an interesting thing that we typically forget when like considering preparedness things is think of how low one's morale is going to be when you're like having to fight for all, or fight to defend your water, food, shelter, security. And times could very easily and very quickly get dark, right? No pun intended. So I always like to look at it as like, what could I add to the stuff that I'm preparing? And these may be things that you eat through too, right? Like they're things that you constantly keep on hand, you can eat through. They don't have to be stuff that's good for 25 years, right? It could be stuff that you have that are only good for a few weeks.
Could
that
be
you
pasta,
actually,
rice, beans,
yeah, and you can actually use
dried
it,
foods.
eat through it, and then replace it as time goes on, right? Because you never know if stuff is going to go bad in a day, a week, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, 3 decades. We don't know, right? So getting things that are going to keep the kids happy, like cookies, macaroni and cheese, yourself, like coffee, tea, whatever your thing is, yeah, honey,
Powdered milk.
Honey, you
eggs.
can only eat. It gets kind of nasty after 12 months, but it's still edible.
Well,
Yeah.
they say 3,000-year-old honey in the tomb of the pharaohs was still edible.
Yeah, it might not taste so good.
Yeah, they didn't comment on the taste.
Because the taste changes, but the older it gets, the worse the taste, but it's still eatable, edible.
Hey, give me 1 quick second, guys. Sorry. You guys, you got this. I believe in you.
Yeah. So, but it's still edible. And looking at your food stuff, you got to look at stuff that can be stored without refrigeration.
Mm-hmm. Learn how to smoke meats.
Yeah, I think bunch of people around Sean Puffy Combs will learn how to smoke meat. Or allegedly. So you got to learn what what you can store safely for a long time, and that doesn't require refrigeration and stuff like that.
Indeed.
So yeah, it's that's one of the things that we got to do when we prep is to learn the ways to store stuff. We're canning. A lot of people can't. A lot of people don't know how to can food,
So Rogue Banshee cans.
which is very important because that's how you make food last. They learned about clapping cheeks. Speaking of that, Meek Mill was at the Oaks Gun Show this weekend.
Who's that?
One of the guys that Puff Daddy clapped his cheeks,
Whoa.
and there's like audio of it. You want to hear the audio?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. But yeah, so what is your preps, Rich?
I have some number of months of food for everybody. Actually, the one thing I need to do is figure out how to get water out of the ground without electricity. I need a manual pump.
Yeah, I mean, you can get manual pumps. They're out there everywhere.
Yeah, I need an e-manual pump.
I mean, manual pump. Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely that. Water is another good thing. to
Yeah,
have on you.
we have a well on the property, so
You're good
have,
there. Wow, Dark just like disappeared. That was
have
weird.
different methodologies for heating things, and boiling water is a big deal. So yeah,
Yes.
all the food that I have is dehydrated. So
You need to get lots of cats for water purification. The easiest first step is to just go camping 100%.
oh yeah, it's funny. I heard somebody say that this weekend.
Yeah, go camping, see what it's like to, have less of life's, spoils.
I go camping once a month.
Once a month? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, how much we don't realize
hate
how
camping.
spoiled we are. Well, I think there are some good things to it. Like the last time I went camping was Assateague, Cheekateague in that area. And I don't know what it is, man. I always wake up just like nasty, crusty, like just like you got a cold, Like if I sleep in a tent, I wake up feeling like dirt.
Yeah,
Dirt
I mean,
McGirt or just dirt?
Dirt, dirt. Just
I have this one person tent. I got that's keeps you really warm because it's small.
yeah, and also sleeping bags and blankets and stuff like that, and sleeping bag pad, and oh, dude, there's so many things that people overlook that if you don't have the equipment to go camping one night, you don't have the equipment to bug out. I love when people say like, "Oh, bug out," and all they have is like a plate carrier, a gun belt, guns, and ammo. Like, yeah, no, don't.
Well,
bug
I'm
out.
bugging in.
At Walmart, they sell these one-person tents, and they're very, very light. They're small, but they're very light. They're like less than 3 pounds.
Respectfully, I don't think any of us can say whether we're bugging in or out. I mean, if you can,
Depends on the situation.
exactly, it depends. If you can, absolutely. If you can bug in to where you have all of your stuff, all of your equipment, all of your preps, all of your, whatever, of course, that would be preferred. But this fantasy that most people have of going out in full kit, running and gunning, you guys will be the first people, or not you guys, those that choose to do that will be the first ones that get smoked with a high point with 3D printed sights on the side of it in like no time.
Get smoked to the high point like I have my high point.
Yeah, but I'm talking like the 3D printed kits that have like the sights on the side of the frame, right? so you can shoot it sideways. Yeah, those are great. Need to find a sleeping bag. Yeah, Sub-Zero sleeping bags. You can get those little blankets that actually are super warm, but they roll up to be super small. Those are relatively inexpensive. The small
That's a good point.
stoves. Nice. Wasn't that an evidence locker purchase?
Yes.
Yeah, those are always good purchases. The small stoves that fold up and clamp on right directly to a propane bottle. Those are excellent little tools to have in the kit, you know. Of course, hoping that you would never need that, but if everything, think of this, if everything in your home just could not be operated, I know some people may run on gas, and after a while, the natural gas stuff, if it goes unmonitored, unchecked, I imagine that would eventually stop working or become a liability of some sort. Um, if you didn't have a method of cooking or warming anything up in your home or boiling water, you're going to run into some issues. So you can't just have a little wooden stove in your house running. You're going to kill your whole family if you're doing stuff like that. So if you do have a wood burning stove that's properly installed where you can actually use wood and cook things, like that's awesome. But most places don't have those. In some places it's actually against code to have wood burning stoves. So to have a little propane heater, and it's just a great tool to have.
They have a little propane heater. Something else from the evidence locker. This was originally wrapped with duct tape, and it came with a strap. It was a string attached to that.
So that's the coolest thing. So hold that up real quick. I need to point something out. So somebody took tape and a little like ring and fashioned a sling to the grip part of this Tackstar grip, right? Now also show them the top there. There's a built-in sling swivel on it. So it's funny that
And a quick disconnect. If they weren't going to buy a real sling, they probably wouldn't use that.
Is there a QD in that thing?
Yes.
Oh, I've never seen a Tackstar with a QD in there.
Yep.
You said code. Yeah, no, I'm just saying from like a builder's perspective. That's why you don't see like homes or more modern homes with those.
But
If you
let
own
me
a
just
home,
point
you
out
can do whatever
something
you
about
want.
this really quick.
Yeah.
I think that they try to get your string out there because if you look, let's see here if I can get it right. You can see where they like right there, where they tried to make it. I don't think it fit through there.
Maybe they tried to put a key ring on it or something.
Something, I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I run a key ring on mine. I have the same Tackstar grip, and I literally run a key ring on it, so I can just take an HK clip and be like, boom, snap it on.
No, maybe, but this was literally it was a string. It was like twine.
Yeah. Well, most I'm going to be honest and judgmental at the same time. Most people that are running guns like that, if they're like in the hood, they're running shoestring slings, you know.
No, this was actually twine. So yeah, I took the duct
Twine
tape
is
off.
good. I think that's a step up, you know.
You can still see some of the duct tape residue on there.
Totally Eclipse of the heart.
No, not duct tape, it was electrical tape actually.
Totally slipped out a fart.
So it was wrapped with electrical tape.
That's gangster. I heard that electrical tape is the number one most important prep to put on a carabiner on your gun belt. I'm just saying I heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
I mean, for EOD techs, yeah.
Oh, okay, Rich. All right, you must be a Grand Thumb enjoyer.
No, I actually very little.
Mm.
I did watch his last video.
He had a couple good videos in his thousands of videos. He had some good videos.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah, a week. Yeah, no, he's good. I honestly, Mike Jones. I love Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
To
But
Dark's point, also a properly stored propane tank will last for decades with the bottle filled. Get a 100-pound, or if you have room for it, get a 100-gallon propane tank and get the small refillable tanks. That's an excellent point. Also, IBC totes. Can we get some love for IBC totes? If you got the room, the space, and the cash, get them and fill them and do what you got to do later. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Yo, duct tape is where it's at. If you can't duct it, Kurt 24, member for 25 months.
Oh, thank
Damn.
you so much, Cork 24.
You're going to have to
wow,
change
look at
your name to
Kurt.
Kurt 25.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
If you store a
So
100-pound tank, just make sure to pick up some smaller, more portable tanks. They say you can't refill, but that's BS. You can buy the fitting for $15 online. Wowzers. That's what's up.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those smaller tanks.
Yeah, I got the smaller tanks for stuff and things. Because, I mean, it's important to have that stuff for stuff and things.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important. You
Yeah.
have to be prepared.
Road flares. ROAD. That's a funny word. ROAD. ROADs. I'm trying to score a 10,000-gallon propane tank on wheels. Yo, that would be fire.
Definitely would be.
Fearless Orca, shout out to you, by the way. And Fearless Orca, we were supposed to connect and talk about getting you on the show. Might be. I'd love to connect. Walmart has one with hose. Hold up. So Walmart has one with a hose transferred to the small bottle from grill tank. Nice. That's what's up. Did someone say roids? No, we said turkey testosterone.
progesterone.
C&T Designs at Arms, member for 3 months. That's what's up, brother. Not 25 months, but I is here. Kurt's a show off.
Thank you. Thank you, Coop. Coop is a great
thank you.
guy. I mean, I love his channel.
Dude, he does the cool stuff on his channel, man. He's got way more patience than I couldn't sit there and go through all the crazy, extremist Marxist just psychopaths and all their ranting, and he does for the greater good. So I appreciate you, Coop.
That's cool. All right, well, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta go do some stuff with my kids.
That's
I
a
got
good
to do
idea.
stuff too.
I'm actually
Ooh.
finishing up the book of
Walt
Genesis.
says, learn how to build a proper fire.
This is important too.
Yeah, my kids know. I mean, well, they're scouts, so they learn how to do that. A really cool way to start a fire, is steel wool, like a
And a
Brillo
battery?
pad, and a
9-volt?
battery.
I thought you were going to take this a different direction. I was going to say, I thought you were going to be like a great way to start a fire is your mom's box and, something like that.
I don't do that, man.
Also, if you guys are going to, if there's a need to bug out real quick, then we can end on this. Something that I did take, get ready for this, from Black Scout Survival is if you take aluminum foil, I actually have some over there, but it'll take too long to grab. If you take aluminum foil and you take a singular cotton ball, totally glob Vaseline all over it, put the cotton ball in the middle, fold it up into a very nice tight square, and then you can even throw it in a Ziploc bag if you want to. Put those in your pack. You can do a half dozen, a dozen, whatever you want, and they take up very, very little space, right? What you do is when you need to use them, those are fuel sources. You take them out. You take, like I just had, take a knife like this, cut an X into it, and then peel up the corners of the X, light it, and it will sit there and burn for like hours. And it's a very, very small but very hot fuel source that will just keep running over and over. You can put it out and use it again, or you can, run it, use it to start another fire, or use it as a full fuel source to keep, your liquids warm or whatever. You can also dig a hole and use it as a fire starter, or keep a very, very small, very hot flame for a very long time. Put a bunch of them in your pack, roll around with them.
Hey, Dark, you're forgetting the most important thing in prepping.
What's that?
You're forgetting the most important thing in prepping that we didn't talk about.
That's right. I totally forgot.
Yeah. You know what it is, right?